Yo, before we hop into this next episode, I want to personally invite you to join our community where we're growing, we're elevating, and we're cutting the excuses. All I want you to do is hit that subscribe button and feel free to comment. I love you. I appreciate you. Now let's get into the video. Somebody is praying for the life that you're complaining about. Oh yeah, welcome back to Cut the Excuse Podcast. We're getting right into it this week. Somebody is praying for the life that you're complaining about. Right? I want us to be grateful this week. This whole week is about gratitude. What are you grateful for? Right? And I want you to understand that gratefulness is joy. Gratefulness is love. But the thief of that is comparison. And in this generation, comparison is at an all-time high. Comparison is at an all-time high. Social media doesn't help with that, but it's at an all-time high. And I want to, for all the listeners, I want to minimize that as much as possible, right? There's a story of a young kid. It was him and his sister. They're sleeping on floors, right? And they're going through a rough patch of poverty setting. And they're sleeping on floors. And sometimes in the middle of the night, because the kitchen was right in front of them, if they look up, right, they'll see some mice and insects running from one side of the kitchen to the other, from under the stove to the kitchen, right? And they'll have nightmares about it. And then they'll go out to school, and they'll see some other kids with better shoes than them. They'll see some kids with money in their pocket. They'll see some kids with their parents driving them with luxury cars, right? And they begin to say, why do they have that and not me? Why am I going through this? Why am I having these nightmares where I might think some mice and some rodents might be on top of me, or playing with my hair while I'm asleep because I'm sleeping on the floor? Like, why am I going through all this and not them? So one of the kids, he gets down on himself just because he sees so much violence where he is. He sees some people get shot. He sees people get beat up. He doesn't want to go through this anymore. And then he goes home and still lives another nightmare where he's eating bread and water, or cereal and water. And he's saying, why do I have to go through this? Why at 12 years old, at 11 years old, why am I going through this? So he grabs a knife and he goes to one of the rooms in the house, and he locks the door and he puts the knife to his throat, and he's ready to jam it. The reason for him putting the knife to his throat and jamming it is because he felt as though if he jammed it, by the time people would see him, he couldn't call for help. And by the time people see him, he'll be gone. He went through all this because he's saying, why not? Why am I going through this? Why can't I get that stuff? Why can't it be me? Not knowing what the other people are going through. Not knowing that some of this stuff is a facade that these people are showing. And this young person almost killed his life. This young person almost jeopardizes his life. He almost killed himself. That young man was me. I'm sitting here telling you today that I almost ended my life because of comparison. Because of what other people showing on the outside. I compared my life to them, not knowing that they saw their mom and father get shot in front of them. Not knowing that, yeah, they had the new Jordan somehow, wherever they got it from, but they ain't have a loving home to go to. Not knowing that some of the kids who had $2 or $4 in their pockets, that they had to sleep at grandma's crib and grandma was never there. Not knowing that despite what they're showing, this mask that they're putting on, not knowing that, but they're going through so much behind closed doors that they're not presenting, they're not showing. This young man almost killed his life. This young man almost ended his life at 12 years old from comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. Gratitude is joy and love. What are you grateful for today? Not only am I grateful for people that's listening, for supporters, for my clients, for my dream job, but I'm also grateful for the things that I went through. Why? Because it built me up to who I am today. Why? Because I went through that, I can help somebody else. Why? Because that puts the battery in my back, that I know that there's a nothing that I came from and I can make it to something. I'm not only grateful for the good, But I'm grateful for those situations that I thought I'd never get out of. The cases that I thought I'd never beat. The scenes and environments I thought I'd never get out of. That's what I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for this week? What are you grateful for today? I went to the doctor at, I think it was about 14, 15 years old. And I had to get my heart checked because now my heart beats slower than normal. I have an extra muscle in my heart. Some people tell me I got a big heart. But I literally have an extra muscle in my heart that slows my beat down, which used to be very dangerous. But I'm grateful that I'm still here. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that when the bullet was flying past my head that it didn't hit me, that it wasn't my time yet. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I got money in my pocket. I'm grateful that I got food in the fridge. I'm grateful that I got a team behind me. I'm grateful that I got friends that I met up with. I'm grateful. It could have been much, much worse. And I'm not even giving you all the story. That's only one fourth. But I'm grateful. There's somebody that even in that moment was praying for the life that I had. There's somebody that was still worse than that. I live by this quote, and this is why I hate complaining so much, that complaining is to the devil what worship is to God. Meaning you're giving a pat on the back to the devil. You're clapping. You're worshiping the devil. You're giving him what he wants. You're letting him know that, you're doing a great job, my guy. His job is to steal, kill, and destroy. You're letting him know that he's doing a great job. Don't welcome complaining, but welcome gratitude. Worship. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you went through. Be grateful for what you're going through in the present. Be grateful for what you have now. Comparison is the thief of joy. Have gratitude because gratitude is joy. That's the message for this week. Have gratitude. No complaints, just gratitude. It's your boy Randy No Excuse. Welcome back to Cultivate Excuse Podcast. I know it was short, but I love to get straight to the point. And this week, we're all about gratitude. What are you grateful for this week? Write it down. Text the people you love. Share your story. Do whatever. You could tag me. You could tag Bryce. You could tag the Cultivate Excuse page. But we want to hear those stories. We want to know what you're grateful for. Drop it in the comments if you want. What are you grateful for? There's a lot to be grateful for. I know it's hard not to compare because everything is in your face now with the technology and social media. But if you wake up in the morning and you begin to acknowledge what you're grateful for, the comparison will minimize. I want to know, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for you. That's all I got to say. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for subscribing. We finally hit that 500 subscriber mark, so we're on our way to 1,000. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the movement going. Go get that ebook. Time to Elevate 90-Day Transformation. Go cop that. That has been one of the best things that I've done so far. Heart and soul into that ebook. So go cop that. Download the CY Soon app, and Excuse Killer app is definitely here. So stay tuned, check that description, tune in, share your story. It's time. Cut the excuse, let's elevate. You did.